What if the monkey's blocking your door? Then you can't leave the room.
Is it I must show my teeth to scare him?
Are your teeth that bad?
Like, I'm not a fan of crows. What purpose do you serve?
Oh, whoa! Free
the hell is that?
soundbite.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hot Pot, where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Joey.
I'm Nick, and today's topic is something some of us may have experienced in our lives before, and that is wildlife encounters. Who better to join us for this episode than our special guest, Chun Bing? Yay!
Hi, I'm Chun Bing, and I'm from the National Parks Board, and we deal with wildlife encounters in Singapore.
Actually, wildlife sound quite like happening.
Yeah.
Wildlife.
Okay. So what exactly do you handle, or what do you do?
Anybody has a problem with wildlife, be it pigeons, crows, wild pigs, boars, snakes and all that, that's our department actually.
Actually, are you all in tune with nature? You all like to go hiking?
Oh, I love hikes. I love the smell of rain. I can smell when rain is coming.
Your back pain? Or
No, I can smell. I will literally be like, there's a smell that will emit. When it's going to rain, there's a smell, right?
That phenomenon is known as ozone. I think you're smelling ozone.
You are smelling ozone lah.
I got the ozone sensitivity.
We are actually a new unit, relatively. So it started out about 4 or 5 years ago. The human-wildlife conflict, right? The easier part actually is dealing with the wildlife. It's the humans that are a bit more tricky.
Oh.
I think you all know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
To start off, we have pulled out some of the animal encounters in Singapore in the last decade. Since we have the expert here, Chun Ming, we can discuss more about how we can properly deal with these situations. So if in the future we have similar encounters, right, people know what to do.
This story is about monkeys. Monkeys causing havoc in university dormitory. This student says, I live in University Hall and there has been 2 occasions where my room was ransacked from the inside by monkeys while I was at lectures. The first time they took half of my biscuits and the second time all of my Oreos. Okay, this person like to snack a lot. Alright, I live in no aircon room, so closing the windows at night is very hot. How do I prevent monkeys from stealing all my stuff? Put the signage, no monkeys allowed.
Wow.
Then the monkey already,
Oh, sian.
too bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be very stressed if got monkey in my house.
Yeah.
Like how?
How to stop the monkey from stealing all his stuff? Some is okay.
So share a bit, compromise.
To be fair to the school, we knew that they tried everything. They did a lot of stuff. They changed all the dustbins. But one simple thing is just close your windows when you go for lectures. And that really solves the whole thing lah.
I feel like some of the monkeys know how to push open.
They're very
I mean, if they don't lock
They
it.
pick the lock
if
lah.
they don't not pick the lock lah.
Or they got the emergency hammer.
But they're so smart these days, right? Even when you travel to Bali or Indonesia, there's a lot of stories of monkeys grabbing people's phones and they will trade food
must
for it,
barter.
right?
Yeah.
Then how do we navigate that situation?
I think monkeys, because they're so intelligent, but they see us as another type of apes. Right? But probably a less evolved one.
As in we less evolved.
Yeah, I think
To
we're less
them,
evolved.
to
Okay.
them.
Like,
Cause
wow,
cannot
this
climb.
fellow so slow, cannot climb, reaction so delayed. You know, I go there, I grab the food, then 1 second later the fellow respond.
Yeah.
Question, are monkeys generally aggressive?
They are not. They are actually frightened of us. But sometimes you encounter a fierce monkey, right? What they're doing is they're doing a bluff. So they try to charge at you and see whether you run away. Of course, if you deem grabbing of food aggression, then yes lah, they will grab food because they know that you guys are just gonna let go.
Okay, so got 2 scenarios. One is when I'm in their environment, another one is when they are in my environment. If I'm on a hike and then they grab my food, then just give.
Going by National Parks Board advice, it is kept usually
my
in
bag.
your haversack, right?
Yeah. So sometimes
there's
they
no
will try
problem.
to, because I have seen
Unzip.
like in MacRitchie, right? Then they will try to open bags and things like that.
Unattended bags lah.
Yeah.
Unattended bags.
Ah.
But if you're holding onto your bag, then it's okay. Yeah. So don't leave your stuff unattended. Like if you go any place in the world, you're not going to leave your bag there unattended, right?
Right. Then the other scenario is if they come into my apartment. Meanwhile, say you all take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to come, right? Then how? Just go to the room and hide.
If it does come into your room, right? Leave the room, close the doors and windows, and then wait for us to turn up.
What if the monkey's blocking your door? Then you can't leave the room. Then how do you...
This is my biggest nightmare. Oh my
it's-
goodness.
Because I feel like...
It's standing between you and the door,
Correct.
is it? The monkey is probably more terrified than you, right? And the first thing he's going to do is going to leave by the way he came in. Don't go there and then block his way. He's just going to run out.
Is it I must show my teeth to scare him?
No.
They always like that.
Are your teeth that bad?
Like, They always like that. They always
No,
do
but
that.
I feel like, right, this is what I think.
Then they beat their chest also.
No. I think that if you do that, they
watching
might attack
Planet
you.
of the Apes.
Because you're trying to trigger them that, fight ah,
Like you are the
打我,
alpha, right?
beat me,
you try
you
to
know.
show that you're the alpha.
So you cannot. You should not.
Alright, next story. Close encounter with a crocodile.
Oh,
Scary.
I was based at Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve in my old job, and crocodiles were part and parcel of a typical workday.
Wow.
Can't relate.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can't relate.
For the most part, the crocodiles avoided people. Once in a while, a large crocodile would crawl out of the water onto the trail to bask.
oh, he got license or not?
Singing.
This was before the barriers were installed along the trails. I had some very muddy containers to clean and rinse out. I foolishly decided to stand on the boat ramp and wash them in the river. I approached the water's edge and took a quick glance around. All clear, I squatted down and started washing my containers. At short intervals, I would pause, look up, and scan the area for crocodiles before resuming. This sounds like zebra crossing.
And this person quite vigilant, but okay,
Yeah,
yes. continue.
But he already made a wrong decision.
Correct.
Yeah.
As I continued washing, I must have been distracted and stopped looking up for some time. A large adult crocodile, some 2 to 3 meters in length, was slowly cruising past me several meters away. It wasn't approaching me, just heading upstream. The moment I spotted the crocodile, it was already passing my position along the riverbank, which means that I had been extremely careless, had kept my head down for way too long, and had failed to notice the crocodile while it was downstream and swimming closer.
I read before they say if a crocodile bite you, you punch the nose.
Oh, yes.
Right. Boop the snoot.
Oh,
Correct?
Correct.
He's not Steve Irwin, guys.
Never encounter
He's not
with
Steve
father.
Irwin.
There's a YouTube video of this guy who lives in Darwin, Australia. He's an old guy. He lives on an island in the middle of a river. And he's so used to having crocodiles. And then he took the pen and just
Frying
whacked
pan,
the
I saw that one.
crocodiles.
Yeah.
That's where he got inspiration from, the book.
I think
Boot the
so.
Snoot. Oh.
But this is such a rare story.
Yeah.
Not every Singaporean will encounter this.
okay, but let's say in this situation, the crocodile actually started swimming towards this person. Then what should the person have done?
Actually, this would be the easiest situation to avoid, right? I mean, first of all, don't be there. And then next thing is that a crocodile is approaching you, then you just back away lah.
Anywhere else in Singapore, we would encounter crocodiles.
We have crocodiles in Sungai Buloh. That's where most of them are. But then crocodiles, they do fight, they're territorial. And then if they reproduce, they're just going to be moving out. So you can have crocodiles that might move outside of Sungai Buloh.
Example?
And that's what we are keeping a lookout for lah.
Where's the wildest place you have seen a crocodile or had like a crocodile sighting?
I think we had a few instances in East Coast where we had crocodiles.
Like East Coast
A
Park?
few times, yeah.
I was waiting for you to say Yishun.
Because everything is
Everything happens in Yishun somehow.
even though this is a saltwater crocodile.
Yeah, Yishun.
Hey,
Surprise
get
in
your
the
facts
lift.
right lah. Salt water. Yishun got salt water?
It actually got a
Oh, sorry.
see,
They
you
shouldn't
don't know
them,
one,
you
yeah.
know. So although we don't hear about crocodile attacks in Singapore, but don't be complacent because it can happen if you do the wrong thing, be at the wrong place at the wrong time. The crocodiles used to come out and bask a lot without a license. When they bask, right, they really bask for a long time. Can be hours, and then they're just there. So they've erected all these slow fences to stop crocodiles from coming up. It's not for people to sit on. So a lot of people end up sitting on those fences. Not a good idea, lah.
I mean, it does look quite aesthetic to
Yeah.
sit around the fences, living their best
Yeah.
life. But it's
Yeah.
for the crocodiles, not
Yeah.
for
Stop them
you
from coming
guys.
Okay, next story. The Otter-lore in Singapore. Hey, I feel very passionate about this topic. But I'll share my thoughts in a bit. Okay. Otters were spotted crossing the road diagonally from Funan to St. Andrew's Cathedral. A commenter from a Reddit thread added on, otters have become a part of Singapore's urban environment, so much so that they recently got ushered across the busy Orchard Road by Istana's police guards, who stopped traffic for 2 minutes to ensure the animal's safety. My hot take is that we only so tolerant because they're cute.
Yes,
100%.
Okay, if say like snake, maybe people won't stop.
No,
But people stop.
I think people will stop.
Is it?
Cause long. Then they don't want to like.
They got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause like not one time 2 times at the hum. Cause got the front tire, back tire ma.
No, but I think we know that otters can be vicious. We've seen the stories of them like literally just taking bites of people's fish and then leaving. They don't even eat the whole fish. But then we also have those greeting cards where it's like, oh, we ought to be together.
Last time the Trace Together app got otter.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
It was a feature.
I'm always trying to be very fair, lah, right? Our otters are actually very well behaved. I think they are not aggressive, actually. All the incidents of people being nipped, right, is either they go for selfie go too near, and then the otters get a bit uneasy, and it's always when the otters have pups.
Pups. Oh.
Not go to the pub, drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Happy hour.
Founder of the pubs.
Question pot.
If you could photosynthesize like a plant, but had to give up eating food, would you do it? I think I would be like a Venus flytrap. I would still eat food, but I can also photosynthesize. Best of both worlds.
Loophole.
This is Nick's ideal answer.
Hey, do.
What's this? Cha?
Would you rather shrink to the size of an ant or expand to the height of a giraffe? Giraffe lah.
Shrink to size of ant can become like
I don't want
super
to
spy.
be insignificant. You don't really notice them, but giraffe, you're like, wow, the neck long. Huh?
You want to be giraffe? I feel like giraffe very inconvenient.
Also, my neck quite long, so I relate to a giraffe.
You are trapped on an island and a mysterious boat shows up with an offer to bring you home. Do you take the chance or stay on the island?
You better say go home. Your wife is watching.
Yeah.
Go home or go home.
Go home or go home. He like,
No, but they never say the island how good.
yeah, true.
But your wife's not
matter how
there.
good.
Your wife's not there.
If you could try any job for a week, what would it be? Maybe president. I want to go and like wave at the residents, then they must wave back at me.
Can I ask, why do otters go towards the city area? I mean, isn't it a foreign space and area for them as compared to like somewhere that's closer to the water, for example?
I think it says a lot about how clean our waterways are. PUB owes me for that one.
Shut up, PUB.
Another pub.
The otters are moving along a lot of our waterways, and our waterways connect to a lot of places, even to the city. So they go, then suddenly, City Hall. Istana. So that's what's happening.
Then they quite territorial one, right? I know got a different gang one.
Totally.
Cause
How many gangs you
man.
think?
got a lot. Cause I joined the Facebook group for a while.
Oh, I thought you joined the gang.
The Otter gang.
Which gang you from?
I'm the Bishan one. No, cause like there's like a Otter Watch Facebook group. Then I joined for a while.
The
Then
guys.
people were really like, oh, this gang got how many of them? One is the mother, one is the father, how many children? They know the family tree, eh. Then after that, like got fight, right? It will be documented. Then after that, they will post the results of the fight. Like, oh, this one injured, or I
No.
think that one died, I never see already.
Can I just say something? Every time when animals fight, right, then people will film and then someone will comment, and no one stopped them. And no one chimed in.
What are you gonna
you
do?
want me to go do that? Stop!
Like,
Stop!
this is not
Sally,
you.
this is not you.
Look at me. But I think Singapore has also done so much to kind of like make way for them. Like we have the Eco Link.
Oh, yeah.
We have a
the
little,
highway, yeah.
we have a literal bridge for them, and then we even made like cutouts of the animals, and it's like a little link bridge, and the animals can cross. So like we give them space to cross so that it doesn't affect our traffic, and then it's still safe for them.
But that's not for otters, lah.
Oh, but they use it right.
Not so much.
Oh,
lah.
really?
What animal use that one?
So that one will be used by all the other land animals, lah.
Okay, so actually, right, it seems like otters in general are quite domesticated. So does this mean they are safe to like approach? Actually, I got friends say they want a tapao bring home.
Tapao.
Yeah.
In
this
Japan, they have otter cafes.
Oh, so cute.
Yes.
Have you not heard of it?
They're very cute, and they eat salmon, and then when they eat it, they're really very cute. But I don't think all otters are like this.
Different species from
Correct.
Okay, okay.
Ours is not like that.
Ours, yum, 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 yum.
Oh, the sound
the
effect
sound
different.
Yeah, not so
Okay.
cute. So anyway, the word is not domesticated. These animals are just used to us. Alright, and we don't threaten them, and then they don't see us as threats. So they do allow us to get quite close.
Coexist.
Yeah.
But cannot be pet lah.
No way, man. So we don't humanize them because first of all, we gauge feelings by a lot of things like our eyebrows, like whether it's moving up or down, our lips and all that. And most animals don't have that. So it would be very inaccurate for us to actually try to guess what the animal is thinking.
Right.
And even if you know what the animal is thinking, you got to remember that the animal's first instinct is still survival.
All right, next story. Biker encounters 2 snakes.
Oof.
I caught my bike on some ground netting and ended up crashing. My bike fell onto a pair of black spitting cobras and was tangled heavily with the snakes and the netting. One was in an attack position while the other one died immediately as it got crushed under the tire. I called Akers, who advised me to stay away and watch if or where the snakes moved to. So everyone, please do not attempt to move or harm a living black cobra as it is extremely venomous. It can bite fatally or spray venom from over 2 meters away.
Wow.
2 meters? Sorry, I just processed
2
it.
meters is taller than Nick.
Yeah. Means if I lie down, then the cobra at my feet, then you standing at my head, right? He can spit on you.
Wow.
Actually, I also can.
But it's a snake.
So?
This reminds me of secondary school days, right? Sometimes you spit
The pearl. How to spit the pearl in the
yeah,
eyes.
then you shoot at people.
Yeah.
Black spitting cobra not good, one,
good.
right? Not good. Eh?
There's no good and not good lah.
got the garden snake. That
Then
one
you're
okay.
humanizing them. Right?
Oh,
Good and bad.
not so safe one, right?
Dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dangerous.
Are snakes
Dangerous.
commonly found in Singapore, and in which area usually?
Actually, because like we have so much nature in our midst, so it's not too difficult to actually come across a snake lah. If it's black, for sure call us lah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to take a chance. Yeah.
But how do we differentiate between a venomous and non-venomous one?
That's part of what we do in national parks. We actually spend a lot of time educating people. A few years ago, when you got a call in the middle of the night at a condominium where the resident I said that she caught a snake and all that, and then she managed to grab the snake and put it inside a plastic bag and cars come and retrieve it. So we went down, it was in the middle of the night, and then the contractors went down, and then we opened the NTUC plastic bag. It was an earthworm. It's still wriggling. Right? Yeah,
Was
but
it a prank?
No,
like
she
this?
was dead serious that it was.
Like this
Yeah, like so. So no matter how big an earthworm is, it's not going to be a snake.
Oh my
If you
god,
can use
snake!
chopsticks to grab, then it's
Hey,
not.
I think
No,
I can.
can grab
I think I can
snake.
chopstick snake.
This one is not a competition.
But let's say in this situation there was a snake that
Wow.
died, right?
A snake that died,
Or you see an animal that you think is dead. Should you move it?
No, there's no reason for you to do it, because like if a snake, right, is injured, it can still
Bite.
turn around and bite, right? And if it's something that you want to help, then in the process of moving, you might cause even more injuries.
If I kena bitten already, right? Then how? Last time, like young at time, they say you suck the blood out.
Who told you this?
Yeah.
Huanzu, I
It's
think
like-
it's the Huanzu Keke.
Oh, it's just like the jellyfish sting, right? Then you
You
must pee on it.
Yeah.
But then they say wrong.
So like,
It's a lot of like.
kena
myths.
bite already, don't suck out, right?
It doesn't work, and also worse if there's still venom on the skin and all that, and then you got ulcer in your mouth. And then after, instead of one person die, you got 2% die.
So just call ambulance, then hope that they can get there.
If you get bitten, that's when you don't call NParks anymore. Call ambulance. There's a lot of fear in our population about snakes, which is understandable. I mean, from all the movies you watch and all that. But by and large, most of our snakes are not venomous. And even if it's venomous, the first instinct of snake is to get away. It's just not snakes, it's just all animals. They want to get away from us. And the best thing you can do is to allow them that corridor, that space for them to go where they need to go.
All right, next story. Crow attack in Bishan.
Wow. I'm not a fan of crows. I think
Same.
I like the most don't like crows.
No, I think I can fight you.
Like they really like, what purpose do you serve?
Oh, whoa! A free
the hell is that?
soundbite.
As in,
Yeah.
they look evil.
A bit.
Yeah.
But let's
Let's hear the story. Let's hear the story first.
Crows attack passers-by on the back of their heads.
You see?
At a common pathway in Bishan, a resident who encountered this says, "A few days ago, I had a crow fly over me once or twice. But this is weird behavior because the crow flies really close to your head." Another resident recounts, "Last week I was walking my dog, and then suddenly one crow flew above my head and tried to attack me. After that, I thought of calling the town council, but I thought, what if they catch the crows and kill them? That's what I wouldn't want."
That's why I don't like them. Like people never do anything, then they come and like de-xiao you.
Actually, 99.99999% of the time when crows attack people, it's because they have a nest. Anybody who goes too near, they're just going to swoop down and attack you.
Right.
How near is too near? Like if the tree like 30 meters tall, then I walk underneath also kena.
It depends on the crow. Some of them are more sensitive than others. Some of them are more protective.
So actually are birds very territorial in general?
Crows, they are protective. That's the main thing. That's why people get attacked. And when that happens, right, and then people call NParks, and we go down and then we look for the nest where this occurred, and when we spot the nest, we have to remove it lah. And then it's like almost without fail, the attack stop.
Is there a main difference? Because you said we're talking about crows and not birds. Is there a big difference in their behavior?
Other birds hardly, you don't hear of all these attack cases. It's always crows.
Got
Yeah.
pigeon attack my face before.
Huh?
I think that one they're a bit like
The pigeons
accident.
attack your
No,
place.
my face. no, they didn't attack. Okay.
They just
It's
fly into your face
Yeah,
lah.
that's just my childhood story.
So actually like in terms of population control, right? Because like crows are invasive, right?
Yeah, so they are they're exotic. That means they're not part of our original fauna. But crows are super intelligent. I think they are like probably the smartest birds around. So they're up there, and then way at the bottom are pigeons. So it's very difficult for us actually in national parks to be catching crows because they are so smart. But pigeons, it is much easier.
So what's your approach to population management for like these sort of species?
Crows, there are so many of them because they really live very well with humans because there's a lot of human waste. That's one thing that we try to clamp down on, like stop the littering, you know, the refuse, even the hawker centers and that. So if you reduce the amount of rubbish, you're going to have less presence of crows. But of course, the other thing is to tell people like, don't feed the animals, don't feed the crows. You're just going to create a population problem.
Oh, I think people actually don't realize that all these measures are put in place for an actual cause. Like people always think like, clean lah, like why need to clean? Why do I need to not litter? Singapore is so obsessed with being clean or maintaining this image of being very uptight. But there are actual reasons as to why, like the birds.
All things considered, Singapore, I don't like crows, but I've not really been like disturbed by like crows or any other birds. But then when I go overseas, right, especially like the seagull kind of places, wow, it's
Some
out of
of their
control.
wings don't flap one. It's like they
you-
hover for
You
them
eat
long.
your fries, you must like that.
They're very
eh?
audacious.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of humans.
Yeah.
Pigeons in New York, like here, like, hello one like
And then the pigeon damn big, super pigeon.
Hello.
really? And the hookers go by and they just what you could do wave lor, like hi.
Okay, so actually after hearing about all these encounters, right, it seems like it's quite inevitable that living in Singapore, at least once or twice in your life, you will encounter wildlife. So I think the real question here is, how does wildlife and nature actually benefit us? Do you all think Singaporeans are too caught up with the city life?
I think it's important for us to learn how to live with people we don't understand. People and animals we don't understand. We are moving in a direction where we only want to be around people we agree with. And then it's becoming very intolerant to people who differ from you. So I think this is a good reminder that like Singapore is still a space that has a lot of different kinds of people and species. And I think it's important that we like take care of this.
I really like that. I mean, to equate animals with people, neighbours and all that, right? And it's very precious because not every city in the world can lay claim to having so much biodiversity at our doorstep.
But I think with all these stories, like you always have this sentiment like, but you're coming into my space, like it's my house. It is your house because you exist in a civilization where you can own property. But for animals, they don't live like that. Like anywhere is free for all, right?
Because if you look at like our parents' generation or our grandparents' generation, right, their exposure to like the outdoors, because they grew up in kampong and all that, right, is so much like more than ours. So then we always like scared to like kill cockroach, scared of this.
It's very xia sui one sometimes.
Yeah, everything also scared. Then like
I used to work in Ubin, right? And then when he had bring groups here, the children did not recognize what a chicken was. And the only chicken they recognized was if it is like steam or deep fried.
Oh my. Oh my.
I think fried better.
No, same. Jumping on the point about like us being scared of killing
things.
I have a little story in Malaysia. It was Chinese New Year and then there was a very big rat that came out running at me. So I ran to the room and I shut the door, right? And then I was just screaming, Mommy, Papa, Mommy. I was quite grown up, by the way, just...
Yeah.
That
I
was
was
like last year.
like maybe 23 or something. And then my grandfather, right, because he grew up in a kampong, he's like, oh, these rats are nothing, right? He just grabbed it by the tail, right? He just like, bam! Swung it on the ground. Right? All of us like, wow, you're my hero. Akong!
Yeah, really Akong
My Akong really, then he's just like, 你们怕什么? You're scared what?
Wow.
So I think the main takeaway here is that whenever your first instinct or reaction, right, is to be scared of a certain like species of animal, try to rationalize like actually need to scare. Like snakes, for example, right? Usually garden snake can be quite cute, but because they are framed in a way like movies, pop culture, like snake, then people scared.
Yeah.
So try to like keep calm.
Yeah, I think this fear of animals, right, is something we can understand why you have it. But if you really take the effort to understand or to know more about the animal, then I think that fear will dissipate.
Yeah, like there are no butterflies without caterpillars. They all come in a package.
Very deep.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of The Hot Pot. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to us if you haven't already.
And of course, a huge thanks as well to Chun Beng from the National Parks Board for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye. I share my snack with the monkey, like a wild monkey.
Wow, this is the
The
kind
worst
of this
thing
is
to
the
do,
kind of
right?
behavior that cause all these kind of things.
Reprimand her.
But not in
wasn't-
Singapore mountain,
No,
elsewhere
lah.
lah.
He sat next to me eating that, like, oh, then we just share like this.
Oh, he took one bite, you took one bite.
Yeah, as in I break my
Eee.
biscuit, then we eat like
Oh.
that. No salival
Okay,
exchange.
okay.
It
Yeah,
was like
don't. Yeah.